So in the beginning we'll learn about indexing and slicing, and also again we'll repeat the concept of ranging. Okay, so it's indexing, slicing, dictionaries, and functions to be done. Okay, let's day 7. Cool. So indexing in Python starts from 0. It's basically starting from 0 and it goes till whatever the number of elements you have. Let's suppose you have 25 elements, so it will start from 0 and will go till 24. Okay, how this is done, let's see it theoretically first. Let's suppose you have a list, and that is having a range of 25 elements or some 5 elements, let's suppose. So I'm having a list, I say a sample list SM, and that will be a list of some range of elements. How many? 5 elements. Okay, starting from 1 to 6, and I discussed in the last class that if I write 6, you'll get it till 5 itself actually. So SM is a list which consists of 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 elements. Very simple. Now if we start doing indexing here, so the first element is actually 1, the second element is 2, third, fourth and fifth, so on. But when you take it in Python, the index values, it does not come like this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Simple. That is why I said if our values are till 5, whatever the length it is, your index value will be 1 less than that. One less in count, okay, not in the value. Like here could be 15 also in the last, so index value it should not be 14. Like it is not like index value will be 14, it will be 4 only, because it counts for the length, not the element number or element value. So what is this relation between this index and length? Because if you see the length of SM, it's 5. Okay, well, let me do one thing, I'll change it or it will make a confusion to you. So 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. So length of SM is still 5, but index values will be again 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 only. Okay, this is how it is going to count: first element, second element, third, fourth and fifth. Now if I am going to see this relation between these two ranges, how it would be, see how range works. If you have written 11 to 16, it is forming a number of 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15, right? When you are going in this length, you are getting 5 elements. Very good. Okay, so 5 elements length. Now if you try to calculate, guys, see, if I take this and try to find it out, that the last element len minus 1, okay, length of SM minus 1 is actually 4. Okay, hence I think is very clear. Okay, just a minute.
Can you explain it again?
Okay, yeah. So length, how it is affecting actually, let's see. the first element is Sm of 0, that is 11. The second element is Sm of 1. The third element is Sn of 2. Fourth Sm of 3. And fifth Sm of 4. 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. Okay.
Can you explain it again?
See, as I said that your lengths or index values will be 0, starting from 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4, right? So if you go with this, you can see like your first element is 11, that is your 0. Second element is 12, that is your 1. Third element is your 13, that becomes 2, and so on. 4 and 5 is there. Okay, so index starts from 0 in Python. Now this is a very standard counting which is going from left to right, actually, right? LR method, very simple. What if we go backward counting? Backward counting does not means minus 0 now. So what we'll do is we go with minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4 and so on. Okay, so minus 1, Sm of minus 1 means the last element, that is 15. Okay, Sm of minus 2 means the second last element. Same Sm of minus 4 means 12th or minus 4th element. Okay, fourth last element, fourth last, whatever you say. Okay, so this is how indexing goes. If I use loop for I in Sm, now if I'm going to print the value of I, it is going to print all those things, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. If I say I also want to see Sm dot index of I, so you can see it's showing 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, as very simple as it is. Now, so this is index. Now in range, if I say that I want numbers from 10 to 20, I'll get range of numbers from 10 to 20. I have to define which type of data I want: list, tuple, range, array, whatever, sorry, dictionary, array, whatever things. So I say I want a list of values. So it says 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 and 19. Okay, cool. Now between 10 to 20, if I want numbers in the intervals of 5, it will show 10 and 15 only. Why? Because after 15, 20 is not going to come, because you know that in range the last number minus 1 is going to come always, right? Till 20 it is, then 20 minus 1, 19 will be your answer. So in this case it can't go for 19 also, because after 15 it has to go in an interval of 5, and that is not possible here. So it goes till here. If I make it 30, it is going to give you 10, 15, 20 and 25 in the intervals of 5 actually. Okay, cool. Now moving to the next thing, list of range of this values and all, how you are going. Similarly in Sm, if I say that I want to start from my first element, and I, okay, first means
why this happens?
second element you are writing. Yes, any doubts?
So I was saying that you are writing list range 10, then comma 30, then comma 5. Then why there is 10, 15, comma 20 and 25?
Because between 10 to 30, the numbers are coming in the intervals of 5.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Next. So if I'm writing that from 1 to 3, that means simple. Index value 1, index value 2, you are ranging over, it means you are ranging from 1 to 3 in your Sm range of 1 to 3. That means you are going to get the values which are at the index number 1 and 2 only, because 3 minus 1 will be there 2, and 1 and 2 is you are going to get. So elements at index number 1 and index number 2. Cool. So index number 1, if you see your Sm 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15, element at index number 1 is 12 and element at index number 2 is 13, and that's simple, it comes. Okay, so that means a basic slicing starts from 0 and it goes till whatever you're going through. Okay, this is indexing and slicing actually. Simple as things. If I write SM of 0 to 3, it means first 3 elements, last 3 elements. You have to practice this. Reverse in backward counting of 2, reverse in backward counting of 3. You have to actually, practice all this. So 2 to 4 to 2, that means start from 2, go till 3 and go in a counting of 2. If you see your SM, starting from 2 means this is 0, this is 1, this is 2. Starting from 2, going till 4. What is your 4? 4 is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 15. So you can't go till 15, right? You can go till 4 minus 1, that is 3. So going from 2 to 3, but again a condition is being given that you have to go in a skipping value of 2. So you can't take this. You can only print this on. That's it. Okay, simple. Yeah, let's understand dictionary quickly. So dictionary is again, coming back to data type in Python, which is going to store values in a key value pair actually. Okay, it is going to store the data in the key value pair. Now the other thing is that how we are going to denote the dictionaries. So yesterday I said in the sets classes, I guess, yeah, that dictionaries is also going to be stored in the same way as you're storing the set, right? But just a syntax difference is there, which is how you store it. Okay, like for example, if I describe you definition, like some standard bookish definitions. So dictionary is, you say, as to the collection of unordered group of elements that are mutable. Okay, it like they are represented in a key value pair and it retrieves the value when any key is provided to it, right? Whenever any key is provided, it is going to retrieve the values from there. That's cool, right? Now you can create a dictionary simply. So in curly braces, if you write any elements, it means that you are denoting a set. If you are not making it in a key value pair, it means that you are making a set. But when you are making a dictionary, even if you don't write anything inside those curly braces, the Python console will actually take it as a dictionary. So that is very cool out there things. Okay, now we are going to make dictionary and we'll see some sort of outputs to it. Okay, how you're getting it, or what are the different operations, how you can modify, how you can do a lot of stuffs. Cool. So first let's create a dictionary and I'll show you two different methods of creating a dictionary. You just have to look and see how it is working. Di is a dictionary where I have one key, that is 1, and the second key, that is 2, right? You can make anything, guys. It's not like numbers can be only there. You can see like I have written a string also as a key, and that string can be anything, 1, 2, b, anything, whatever like I want to put it there. Okay, so that first before this colon is my key, and then I have the values of corresponding to it, right? So I can see my key and value pairs if I just write key and value pairs. I'll write like di print di dot keys. So you're going to get my like keys of the dictionary 1 and b. Similarly, I'm going to take values in the next hand side. So it's values. The first key value is Apple, second key value is Microsoft. Again, if you go with the items, the item will tell you about a tuple of key and value pair, then comma separated by a tuple of key and value pair, and all those both elements, or like whatever the number of key value pairs you'll be having, comprised in one single list. That is another method of list dictionary format. Okay, how you say dictionary forming. So how you can form it? Let's suppose you're making 2 and name it as 2, name it as 7. Let me make it simple. 7, 11, so you get a dictionary actually if I now create a dictionary of this using the constructor method. So you can see a dictionary which is 2, then 2, 7, 7, 11, 11. Simple. Okay, let's see the different functions according to this. Okay, how you can retrieve values from your dictionary and how you can change, modify values simply through it out. Okay, so let's say you are retrieving values. You are trying to retrieve values from your dictionary. That is again as simple as very easy stuff. So we have a dictionary di, and I want to see what is there at if you are thinking like you can do indexing in dictionary, if you write 0, so that means an error because there is no such key in di named as 0, right? So if I just write 1, because 1 is that key, so di of 1 means Apple. Very good. Next you can go di dot get what key you want to get. So you want to get the key of b, let's suppose. So okay, d1 is not there, it's di. So at b you have Microsoft. So these are the two different approaches of getting a value from any key. Next, you want to see how we can update values. So I'll write di dot update, or just simple say which you want to update. Like let's say at 1 you want to make it as Google. Now when you see your di, sorry, it's di not d1, you can see it's 1 at Google and b at Microsoft. Okay, this is how the addresses are changed. You want to assign something over there, you can just write it simply and it will be done. Okay, if you want to write something in your di actually, for example di of another element, I give it something like d and it will be equals to Apple. So I can show you my sorry, di, and it's d over there. That's name it simple apple. Okay, it's coming simply. So this is how you're going to add. You're going to update your values of your dictionary. Now coming next, how you can modify, like how we remove and all do. So removing, the first step we are going to see is pop item. So if you write d1 dot di dot pop item, it is going to remove the last pair. So that is d and apple, that will be removed. Okay, the last pair will be simply removed from your pop item actually. Okay, and here the pop function actually works in a similar like a different way actually, not similar. When you define that you want to remove a particular key, the pop item will remove that particular key for you. Okay, how I'll show you. See, di dot pop 1 or b. I want to pop b, I can put pop 1 also. Let's suppose I am writing pop 1. So it says, yeah, 1 popped, and the value of 1, that was Google, that is also popped. So di is now a single pair and key value stored in a dictionary over there. Okay, fine. So this is coming in the di now. It's very simple out of that. Okay, fine. So same thing can be done on list also, updations and all. Okay, let's come to the next topic. Let's understand about functions now. Function is again another important thing. Okay, how do we define a function? There are user defined functions, there are built-in functions. Okay, so we define functions as grouped by a sequence of statements that performs some activity. Okay, so breaking a program into smaller chunks. You have a program, you want to break it into some different parts, smaller chunks. Those chunks may call as a function, because those functions may do functions, or those chunks may do some different outputs, give you, or may do different kind of working, and that is why they are called as different chunks. All right, simple concept. Let's do that. Okay, so now the next definition of function can be, it can be a small function, it can be a large function. It helps in modularization of very large activity. Modularization means to create different modules. Okay, it helps in repetition no sorry reduces of repetitions of codes, and can be used for as number of times you are going to define it. Okay, so built-in functions and user-defined functions are there. We will discuss about user-defined functions first of all, because there are a lot of built-in functions: absolute built-in function, ASCII, boolean, character, dictionary, float, list, tuple, input function, help function, len function, type function, format. A lot of functions we have seen till now, no? So those are all built-in functions. Now let's understand about the user defined. User defined functions are actually defined by user, and it helps to decompose a large program into small segments. Very tiny small segments actually. Okay, so the projects, like big projects or any big programs you are making, let's suppose a very big assignment you have been given in school or your college. Now what you'll do is you will divide that particular task. Let's say a very big task is there, so you may divide it to your 3 friends, 4 friends, 5 friends, whatever you want, 2 friends. Okay, so you have created a smaller chunk. You give different tasks to your different friends, no? You will do this thing, you will do this thing, and so on. A smaller chunks will do a big task. That is the working of a function. Actually, the same concept it applies here. So a function I'll make which is going to greet name as simple. Okay, it will take input, will greet a name.